Hello everybody and welcome to Tavern Talk! Sorry it took me so long to actually play the full version. I have been very busy IRL, but I'm finally here for it and I really loved the demo. Even just an hour of playing the demo was enough to sell me on the game. And I mean, the idea itself is awesome, so I'm very excited to finally be playing the full game. I think in this episode, depending on how much has changed, because like I said, I played the demo, we'll probably go up to where the demo was, if it's like the demo, and then in the next episode we'll continue from there, because I believe the demo ended when we met the vampire and a few others, so we'll see. Let's get started. Oh, that's so cool! New save.
Once upon a time,
Oh!
in a world far, far away, in a realm ruled by dragons and magic.
Freaking narration!
Well, actually, it was this land specifically. Not that far away. Let me start over. Once
Yeah, go
upon
ahead.
a time, somewhere in Gaia, not that far away, there was a tavern. My tavern.
Oh shit, I'm talking!
A place for anyone looking for an adventure or a quick refreshment.
Ooh.
A place open to everybody.
Oh yeah, baby.
Even jackdaws, I suppose.
Hey! We're not open yet!
I'm not just your typical innkeeper.
What are we?
My drinks are infused with magic to aid ambitious adventurers on their quests.
Ooh!
To make sure they always return victorious.
We're the best innkeeper ever.
Big shoes to fill, I know.
Fable!
Then again, what's the worst that could happen?
Don't say that! You never want to say that, me. Here we are. Fable! I missed you! Hiya, Innkeep. How's it going? All fine and dandy? Can't complain. How about you, Fable? All fine and dandy? Yes, all fine and dandy. I had such an exciting day. Really exciting. Did you go on an adventure? Even better! I took a walk around the grove, and then I replanted a mushroom that had fallen over. Then I patiently waited for it to turn into a mushroom monster, or a mushroom mimic. Maybe a gnome? Did it? No, but I got to take another walk around the grove. How was it? Great! I got to see the same stones, the same trees, the same amaranthine hydra guarding the entrance to Avalon, the same moss. I even got to water the asters. They didn't really need it, but I was there, so... Sounds very exciting. Oh, who am I kidding? My life is as exciting as a roasted nut. Nuts are healthy, very thrilling in sauces or as a snack. There are various types of nuts: walnuts, peanuts, hazelnuts. I'm allergic. Oh, that music drop for that. I didn't know that. Oh, no worries. I never told you. And hey, at least something would happen if I ate a nut, just not something very fun. Anaphylactic shock and all that. Does that count as an adventure? Only if you survive, I would say, but don't do it. No, I think that counts as a mistake. So what you're saying is that you're missing some spice. Oh, no. I have a very sensitive stomach. I don't think chilies would help me much. Though I'm very good at growing phoenix chilies. I was talking about the spice in your life. That's what you meant. Well, yes, exactly, that's it. There's no chili flakes, no garlic, no dragons. Just a lot of salt. I'm like a bland soup. So a classic case of boredom, I see. Do you know that feeling when nothing exciting is going on in your life? Like, life isn't bad, but also not particularly fun. Tried visiting the circus? Have you tried adding some zest to your soup? Huh? Drama, buzz, excitement, something fiery. Go to the theater or a gala. Arrive in a hot air balloon. A hot air balloon? Don't they fly up really high? Yes, I think that's the point. I'm afraid of heights. And of people. And of actors. And of nuts. But apart from that, I'm trying. I tried singing, but what is singing if not the telling of a tale? How can I sing of things if I never lived through anything? What do you mean? Well, day in, day out, I live in the same green soup of routines. Sure, I have my forest and I look after it, but I want to get out there and see something. Like, for example, listen to the song I started writing. I wish to be a hero, slaying mighty drakes. I wish to meet a pretty nymph resting by the lakes. A pretty nymph? That's pretty daring. Oh no, but it does sound like a good song opening. The wishing, it pulls you in. Oh, really? You think so? Well, perhaps it has a nice flow to it. But nothing actually happens in it because all I do is sit around and wish for things to happen. I don't even know what nymphs do. I've never met one. Taxes, maybe? Can you imagine the IRS going after a nymph? Do you think there's like a nymph IRS so that the nymphs can't get away? No, I don't think so. I would love to sing about the exciting, magical things I encounter. But to be honest, the most exciting thing in my life is coming to your tavern and discovering new drinks. Character information unlocked. Oh, right! Okay, Fable, Verafina, Elf, 110, They, Them, Ranger, Ashen Grove, Neutral Good, the Hanged Man. This is exactly my character in one of my D&D campaigns right now. Not the elf part, I'm a lizard folk, but I'm a ranger, which is pretty cool. And I'm neutral good. Or no, wait, my lizard is chaotic good. Sorry, I was thinking of a different one. Fable Verena is a ranger taking care of the Ashen Grove, their sweet and gentle soul, and the regular at the Wayfarer's Inn. They dream about being an adventurer, but are troubled by severe anxiety about, well, everything really. Their nut allergy probably doesn't help either. Rumors, quests, log. Oh, I love a good log. We've also got recipes. Ooh, some of these look different than what we had in the demo. I like it. So we've got the Frosted Lagoon that protects you from any physical and spiritual harm and cools you down even the hottest of summer days. Can I have one right now? It even offers additional UV protection. What more could you ask for? Swift Strike. Be a leaf on the wind with Swift Strike. This must-have for any dexterity-devoted adventurer, grants you agility, speed, and remarkable accuracy. Oh, and a tasty drink. With an order this delicious, you'll exceed any dwarf skill count in no time. Spoken Heart. Sweet and sparkling in taste, the spoken heart will bring your deepest feelings bubbling to the surface. Your newfound sincerity, confidence, and many heartfelt words will work wonders in boosting your persuasive abilities. A charismatic boost, great for bards and emotionally repressed individuals. Don't look at me like that. You know too. Southern Brawler. The Southern Brawler is a perfect combination of offense and defense, dominated by the picante aroma of Ignis. This drink is served fiery hot or ice cold, depending on the kind of fight you're looking for. And Sparkling Nebula. The distilled flavor of the cosmos, the sparkling nebula fizzes on your tongue and rewires your synapses, inspiring great ideas and even greater stories. Storytellers and scholars alike can broaden their horizons with this taste of the stars. I like that. Ingredients? Ignis. Rumor has it this spicy potion can make a warrior out of anyone. With its enhanced strength, even the heaviest weapon or logs can be lifted. Cantio, created by mixing honey with classified magic. This ingredient bolsters your charisma, making your people skills sparkle, maybe too literally. Pluma, this airy ingredient enhances finesse and reflexes. With Pluma, adventurers become quicker, better, faster, stronger, perhaps not the last one. Tempest, favored by scholars and wizards alike, this mystical potion of unknown origins is infamous for its ability to fortify your intelligence. Frigus, hailing from the highlands, this briny ingredient raises your defenses, shielding you from harm. No matter how tough you are, Frigus makes you tougher. And then we've got our stats. Strength is imperative for warriors eager for the thrill of battle, and lifting heavy objects. Who needs tactics when you can use brute force? Charisma affects your natural charm and people skills. High charisma is perfect for travelers who want to stand out and make a lasting impression. Dexterity influences natural agility. The higher the dexterity, the higher the finesse and reflexes, perfect for range or speed-reliant warriors. Intelligence fortifies your wits, mental defenses, learning capacities, and ability to apply knowledge. Anyone can benefit from a little extra focus. And finally, defense is your invisible shield. No matter if the threat is physical, magical, or spiritual, enough defense can protect you from any harm. And do we have no infusions yet? We also do have a map. Can I, like, click on these to learn about them? Oh my god, I love lore. Okay, let's start... okay, I start up here. Highlands. The northern island of Phaeosia, known as Highlands, is not part of the Republic of Phaezoa, though they are prominent trading partners. The Highlanders are on friendly terms with the Phaezoans, but they look down on the Durians for giving up their sovereignty. Due to the White Mountains, the northern part of the Highlands is very difficult to traverse, but it makes for a great location for both survival training and sledding competitions. Even further to the north are several smaller islands in the cold and icy tundra. They form their own small nation called the Skridal Empire, and now gaze southwards towards the Highlands and their resources. Oh, that's a big yikes. Conflict about to go on over there. What about Duria? Duria, located on one of Phaeosia's northwestern islands, was once a small country of its own. When the kingdom of Phaezoa reshaped itself into a republic not too long ago, Duria joined forces with the new nation in a historic union. The Durians are closely responsible for the main trade routes of the Phaezoan Sea, and pride themselves on their diplomatic accolades and beautiful landscapes. With its moderate climate and endlessly rolling fields, Duria makes for the ideal travel destination if you're looking for a low-risk adventure. Gotcha. What about Boreas? It's an island group in the west of Phaezoa. Because of the Great Western Stream, this area is incredibly hot and humid. Large forests with immensely tall trees can be found all over these islands. This might make for a beautiful view, but also incredibly difficult traveling conditions. As such, no real permanent settlement has been built there yet. Currently, Duria and the mainland are working together on exploring Boreas. During one of their expeditions, one of the islands snatched the nickname Severed Wilds due to it, well, wildness. During Borean nights, one can occasionally see sparkling auroras lighting up the night. There are a few things more beautiful. Aurora Borealis at this time of day in this part of the country. Amber Isles. The Amber Isles are a group of islands to the south, below the Gulf of Fog. They consist of the island of Dalwell, the Copper Archipelago, Morla, and the Niver Duff in the south. The climate on these islands is very warm, allowing for lush forests and sprawling flower fields, not to mention gorgeous waterfalls. The title Amber Isles comes from their golden orange trees that reflect a warm, gentle light when approached from the horizons. I also like that twisty tower. Oh my god, there's more stuff to click on? Oh, Jesus Christ, we're gonna be here a little bit. And I'm all for it. Okay, Forbidden Valley. The Forbidden Valley is a beautiful, if terrifying, landscape in the very northeast of Phaezoa. As it is nearly untouched by people, its stunning nature, lush with megafauna and flora, is in full deadly display. Due to its ecological conditions and strange natural magic, its environment is incredibly difficult for any mortals to thrive and survive in. Hence, most humanoids you will find around the Forbidden Valley are either curious researchers, brave or foolish adventurers, and the disciples of Aperture, members of the Order of Starlight who protect and inhabit the still young temple of the Astral Portal. The only way to enter the Forbidden Valley is through a pass from the Saye Plains, going around the poisonous Dead Man's Lake. Northern Republic. Oh, this is where our tavern is! The Republic of Phaezoa is Phaezoa's primary nation. It is geographically and culturally divided by the large mountain range of Dulvamur stretching over a significant portion of the continent. The Republic's western side is so expansive it is divided into a northern and southern half. The Northern Republic is full of lush forests and mangroves. Coastal cities are important trading hubs for the islands in the west, like Duria or the Highlands. Even further north are the Fearsome Mountains, a giant and fairly dangerous mountain range to explore, partly due to the semi-regular volcanic activity. What about the Southern Republic? The southern part of the Republic sprouts numerous fields and forests as well. Its many towns and cities are connected by the many roads travelers use on a daily basis. You will also find the Republic's heart and capital, Themis, here. Politically speaking, the Republic is still in its early stages of development, as it only just restructured itself into a republic a couple decades ago, but at the very least it has managed to keep its capital constant since then. What about the Saye Plains? The Saye Plains? The eastern part of the Republic is full of impressive plains and prairies. It's connected to the western half by the Silver Pass, reaching across the southeast to the big harbor city of Zoford. The inner parts of the plains have only a few small villages and traveler outposts compared to the Edged, which is full of petite towns and coastal cities. The plains have many fascinating fauna to speak of. Some animals are trained by locals, and some bigger ones are even used as mounts. Many people living in the prairie are mercenaries by trade. They offer armed escorts through the plains, assistance for inexperienced adventurers, and they have open partnerships with several adventuring guilds. Rumor has it some mercenaries are even bounty hunters. Yikes. What about Moon Swamp? The Moon Swamp is a swamp area connected to the Dark Marsh, more swamps. Its name comes from a mythical area within the Moon Swamp where allegedly all 7 moons reflect in a pool of clear water all at once. These moon pools are a place only few have ever seen, and its physical rather than metaphorical reality is a highly contentious topic. The swamp is very tricky to traverse, even during daytime. It's entirely covered in a thick fog, only getting worse with bad weather. While the Moon Swamp is beautiful at times, many adventurers do not venture far into it, valuing their safety over a thorough tour. Smart. And Mossbury. The southern island of Mossbury is actually a peninsula, but due to the sea levels, this can only be seen a few times per year. Because of the strong tides, the coast on the southern and eastern side of the peninsula changes drastically. Due to this particular arrangement, the coast is full of mud and shallow bodies of water with tidal flats and wetlands. The sea around Mossbury is called the Great Water Highway since it connects to a nation farther away to the southeast called Velos. Velos is the most important trading partner for the Republic. Apart from trading, knowledge about astronomy, mathematics, and alchemy is shared in detail between the two nations. Ah, so this is just our nation. There's more. I would stop here, but you know we gotta read everything else, so let's start with the Highlands. We've got Verica. Between the rugged landscapes of the Highlands, the city of Verica is prime example of resilience. Old stone walls surrounded the city and protected the inhabitants from all the dangers they might face. With their reputation as strong and capable fighters, however, the people of Verica don't really need any additional protection. In the fall, they celebrate the annual Glow Festival, a spectacle that transforms the city with warm and stunning colors. Streets full of lanterns flicker in the cold, late fall night. While it is very cold in the winter, during the late spring and summer, the islands get surprisingly warm, to the point where, except up in the mountains, any ice and snow will melt away. Dragon Temple of Ur. Cloaked between several cliffs across the outspread woods on the eastern half of the island lies an old temple dedicated to the elder dragon Ur. While the temple is not yet abandoned, it is an ancient relic of eras gone by. Mossy statues of ancient noble dragons guard the entrance to this majestic temple, and murals carved into its walls tell stories about legends of yore. It is well defended and not open to most travelers, sparking rumors about what might be hidden inside. What about Duria? We got 3. Twinborough. Once there were 2 cities on either side of the big river delta. Over the years, they became one connected city, which is why nowadays they are called the Twin Borough. The Twin Borough is an important location for trade, full of market squares and many assorted wares from all over the continent. Trading guilds and taverns line the streets from the cliffs to the harbor. While both sides of the city maintain their own distinct flair, the city's people feel deeply intertwined by the many bridges connecting their two halves. Sky Peaks. On the northeastern side of the island, the land reaches skyward with impressive peaks standing taller than any other mountain on the island. The locals call them the Sky Peaks because the mountaintops reach all the way to the sky. These colossal giants are full of lush fields of vegetation on the foothills, yet as one ascends, they grow thinner and thinner. Near the top, treacherous cliffs await adventurers, allowing only experienced climbers to move forward. Viewing the sky from so high up is a sight to behold. Looking down on the island, it is possible to see the entire western coast of the mainland, even up to the capital and the Dolvimer mountain range behind it. And Amasa. Amasa is the second most important port city on the entire continent, and therefore stands as the capital of Duria. At the heart of the city lies the Great Harbor, where boats from all over the world are docked. Amasa is a diverse mixture of many different cultures, with people from all over Asturia calling the city home. Many sailors claim the best taverns for seafarers are located in Amasa. A sizable contrast to the hectic life in the city are the outskirts, which are full of farmlands for crops and cattle. Boreas. We have this abandoned dragon temple, another dragon temple. Concealed within the deep forest of the Severed Wilds, the last Fizoan expedition to explore the area found the entrance to an old, long-forgotten dragon temple. Much of it seemed to be underground, and the entrance collapsed so severely that the expedition team only recorded its location before immediately turning back onto their intended path. Academic rumors speak of an ancient age and alleged murals of the great sea serpent, the dragon Leviathan. However, they have yet to present any concrete proof of the true subject of the temple's devotion. It's also unknown who might have built this temple. Maybe the island was not devoid of civilization once, or maybe the temple was not built by humanoids at all. A future expedition may tell. Magical lake? Question mark? Deep within the heart of the jungle, in a clearing of untamed wild magic, lies a strange shining lake. The lake is beautiful, with iridescent flora and glowing water that mirrors the sky and stars above. A magical creature seems to call the center of these mystical energies home, manipulating the untamed magic of the jungle to live a peaceful life deep inside the forest. Not a single mainlander has ever visited the lake, though, so no one knows yet if these stories are true, nor who or what lives in this mystical lake. And the Lonesome Lagoon. Nestled deep within the southern islands of Boreas, the Lonesome Lagoon is a mystery to most. Its waters shimmer with a surreal light, creating an illusion of a swirl, a vortex, or perhaps a portal. There are stories about dangerous entities residing within the Lonesome Lagoon, which was why the handful of adventurers who have been to Boreas did not dare to delve that deeply into its secrets. According to stories of sailors passing by, you can sometimes hear a silent, haunting melody coming from the lagoon on nights when the water glows unnaturally, warning away everyone who dares to enter. Maybe a siren? Or some type of merfolk? Amber Isles. We've got the Copper Archipelago, which is quite the mysterious location. Since it borders the Sea of Fog, its islands are usually covered in a dense fog. Shocking! Making travel extremely dangerous and inaccessible to most. This, along with the changes in tides and wind, make it difficult to escape once anyone has made it to their coasts. It seems to be full of the same orange and golden flora the other islands of the Amber Isles are, but because of the fog, their shimmer is usually more dull during sunsets. It's due to this muted phenomenon that the area received the name the Copper Archipelago. Why am I having such a hard time saying copper? Though some people claim it's because of the large copper mines on the island instead. This is entirely untrue and simply a hoax that some city folks came up with. Those damn city folk! Morlia. Upon the secluded island of Morlia stands a mystical, enormous wizard tower that defies the bounds of conventional architecture. Its silhouette pierces the skies with an eerie elegance, almost looking like a beyond mortal construction. There are tales of a wizard residing in the wizard tower, which seems like a natural conclusion to draw. Few dare to tread upon Morlia's beaches, fearing to disturb the potential spellcaster. Maybe if they did, we'd actually know more about them. Maybe it's me. That's my summer home. Fairweather. Since Dalwell was never officially conquered by the Republic nor the Magicracy, they currently both strongly believe it to be their territory. This means they cannot agree on a name either. Dalwell or Abandoned Isles, it is recently the heated topic of debate. Recently, various fey creatures have made their way through the Avalon portal on Dalwell and have found a home on its strange shores. To make things more complicated, they now also stake claim to Dalwell. Their settlement, called Fairweather, is built inside around the Horizon Tree, a giant sequoia tree that the portal to Avalon has opened inside of. Oh god, so it's like the three popes, all claiming to be the pope and excommunicating each other. Niverduff. The southern island of Niverduff has, for quite some time now, been an alleged defensive military outpost of the Magicracy. Niverduff is not densely populated, with only a couple of military camps and fortresses occupying it. The Magicracy is located on a different continent in the tropical southwest. Over the centuries, they have expanded more and more towards Fizoa, but are on neutral terms with the Republic for now, despite the rumors of their High Council of Mages itching for expansion. Get out of here! Forbidden Valley. What have you got for us? Rockwelve. The Rockwelve mountain range is a section of Dulvermer with the appearance of a large inverted earthen scars rising into the sky. It is located north between the burning peaks of the Fearsome Mountains and the Forbidden Valley. It's because of this mountain range that the Forbidden Valley is only accessible from the south. Aperture. The Aperture is the dragon temple dedicated to the Lady of the Gilded Lake, aka GLaDOS, and was built only a few decades ago. Within the jungle's verdant heart, Cassiopeia's temple stands like a gracious sentinel in an otherwise harsh and hostile environment. Guarded at its center is the only portal to the astral plane, the reason why Cassiopeia's worshippers have chosen this as their stronghold. Not much is known about this temple since no one else lives in the Forbidden Valley. The Order of Starlight aren't exactly a talkative bunch either. A pity. Akmar Outpost. Akmar Outpost is the only settlement in the Forbidden Valley. Well, calling it a settlement would be too generous. It's more like a fortified camp. The outpost is named after Akmar, the leader of the first expedition that successfully ventured into the Forbidden Valley. Or rather, the first group that went there and returned. The latter seems like the most important part. The safest way to get to the Forbidden Valley, though safest still means horribly dangerous and not recommended unless absolutely necessary, is Akmar's Passage on the east side of Gravelmac. However, one should be careful not to fall into Dead Man's Lake on the way, a large, sprawling, open lake full of poisonous water. Yeah, don't do that. The Northern Republic, this has our tavern, so why don't we read this one last? Let's go down to Mossbury. We've got Underwater. In the northern Mossbury region, just south of the Moon Swamp, lies Underwater, a coastal city where the entire lives of its people are dictated by the ebb and flow of tides. During peak of high tide, the town's lower roads become submerged, transforming them into canals navigatable only by boats. As the tides recede, the submerged streets re-emerge, revealing a glimpse of the marine life existing within the whims of the ocean. Underwater is a city that blurs the line between land and sea with each tidal change and stands as a proud monument to the coexistence of modern society and nature's flux. Borkum. The city of Borkum is a port city, a haven for wanderers and retired adventurers seeking rest. Its climate is pleasant and warm, with only the strong coastal tides creating occasional difficulties. Fishermen tell stories of their catches, while travelers in busy taverns swap tales of all the adventures they had in times past. The city's harbor is full of life, as boats venture forth to explore the coastline and the nation Velos in the far east. All in all, the city is much calmer in comparison to the port city Zoford. And because of this tranquility, many adventurers decide to spend their final chapters in Borkum. I don't blame them. Waden Sea. The Waden Sea, near Borkum, is a popular vacation spot, especially for retired adventurers. The coast has a unique atmosphere depending on the ocean's tides. During low tide, the sea reveals a network of sandbanks and tidal creeks. Due to these tidal motions, the coast looks different every year, and slowly but surely changes more over time. Mud is pretty much everywhere, and there are public mud baths for spa treatments available in some villages on the coast. The Waden Sea is known for its rich flora and fauna, especially birds, duck, geese, seals, and even flamingos. Lately, many shrimp can be found to this area, much to everyone's amusement. Hey, don't make fun of the shrimp, okay? We have it hard enough. Moon Swamp. Darkwood Thicket. In stark contrast to the Pale Woods, the Darkwood Thicket is a looming, mysterious woodland shrouded in, you guessed it, fog. The woods resonate with an eerie stillness, broken only by the occasional haunting calls of nocturnal creatures. The air carries a sense of foreboding towards the Moon Swamp waiting further south. As daylight struggles to reach through the thick flora, the atmosphere becomes creepy and sinister. Despite appearances, it seems that no real danger comes from the thicket, which is why the Republic leaves it as a natural border between the fields close to the capital in the north and the far more dangerous Moon Swamp in the south. Understandable. Morrow Castle is an old, impressive castle atop the rocks of the Witch's Wrath Peak, a section of the Rhyoliths mountain range. Its mist-cloaked silhouette gives every adventurer an unsettled feeling, especially in combination with the countless vampiric myths surrounding its doorstep. Rumors tell about vampiric nobility calling the castle their own, and many attribute the morbid decorations of its surroundings to this mysterious and possibly ancient inhabitant. Dark Marsh. The Dark Marsh unfolds across its landscape as a menacing aura in constant twilight. The murky waters deep inside the Moon Swamp send shivers down the spine of anyone who would dare make it this far. Navigating its waterways requires constant caution, for the mist creates illusions that distort reality and guide travelers into the murky depths, never to be seen again. Somehow, nights in the Dark Marsh are far more tenebrous than anywhere else. Perhaps it is because of the moon pools are claiming so much of the iridescence for themselves. Could this be due to the portal to the Twilight Chasm, rumored to have opened within them 3 decades ago? The Nightmare Realm would possibly be ravenous for the light. Spooky. The Sae Plains, what have we got on here? Ooh, a lot. Silver Pass. The Silver Pass is the most important road of the entire Republic. It connects the western and eastern halves via a path traveling straight through the Dulvermer mountain range. The Silver Pass is the best and only reliable way to connect both sides of the continent, which is why the Republic spares no expense to ensure the pass is as secure as possible. Nearby, deeper into the Dulvermer Mountains, lies the Scarlet Caves, which are so dangerous that only mining experts like dwarves are permitted to enter. Gravelmac. The Gravelmac Mountains look like very sharp, pointy rocks jutting out of the ground like spears being thrust into the earth. The mountains mark the northern edge of the Sae Plains and block the way further north to the Forbidden Valley like a natural gate. The Gravelmac lies completely barren and desolate, lifeless and silent. No flora can be seen upon the rocks, no fauna moving across its terrain. Despite all of this, some may find the Gravelmac tranquil. Not terrifying, but instead rather calm and relaxing in its own eerie way. Damali. On the eastern side of the Sae Plains lies Damali, a vibrant hub where commerce is combined with textile craftsmanship. When merchants come through the Silver Pass from the western part of the nation across Sae Plains, Damali is usually the first stop before moving on towards Zoford. Damali is well protected by local Saiyan mercenaries, making sure even hectic days run smoothly. There's a special peacekeeping mercenary team called Ibax Group in contact with the authorities of Zoford. The name comes from their founder, Ibak, who helped clear the main roads for travelers for years to ensure safe travels. Last but not least, Zoford. Situated majestically within the eastern end of Fizoa, Zoford thrives as an impressive harbor city. It boasts the biggest port in the entire Republic, putting even Durian ports to shame. Beyond this port lies Lake Zoford, a beautiful sanctuary connected to a wide-open river that flows into the Promising Bay, as locals like to call it. Zoford is a trade hub between the Republic of Fizoa and the nation Velos in the far east, and quite popular around wizards and other mages. So that's the Sae Plains. We got the southern and northern Republic left. Windmore, along with the coastline, lies Windmore, which is constantly embraced by a gentle breeze. Windmills adorn the skyline, grinding more grain than any other city on the continent. Windmore has an exclusive deal with the capital to send their grain through the Pale Woods and straight to the capital. It's a haven for every windmill enthusiast or folks who love freshly baked bread. The laughter of locals at the marketplace or the harbor is carried by the coastal breeze, creating a distinct feeling of home. Pale Woods. In between the villages on the western coast of the Republic lie the Pale Woods, an extensive forest land stretching all the way towards the fields in front of the capital. Birch trees stand tall and slender, their pale trunks shimmering in the sunlight. Back in the day, the Pale Woods were a lot bigger, but many trees were cut down for building and crafting over time. Only one big road was built through the forest to form a connection to the various villages and capitals. While the main road exudes calm feelings during the day, the deeper parts of the woods still give travelers the eerie instinct to stay out of the Labyrinthian forest. Themis. The capital of the Republic lies at the heart of the realm. This majestic city has a unique architectural style, with several large houses, cathedrals, temples, and an enormous clock tower at the central plaza. The capital was built around the roots of the Aether Tree that are visible at the alleged very center of Gaia. Parts of the city were built entirely into the Holy Tree, though some of the roots remain untouched due to their toughness and the people's general unwillingness to permanently destroy any parts of the Holy Sanctuary. The mood of Themis is a diverse mix of cultures, traders, scholars, and craftspeople. Erove. Erove is located at the foothills before an imposing mountain range, Rhyoliths. Its architecture gives off a rustic charm. The city is big enough to stretch all the way down to the bay, which is a big visual contrast to the hills and rocks further up in the southern mountains. The town's vibe is in keeping with the rest of the land. Its markets are adorned with local crafts, taverns full of laughter and tales of adventurers, and streets bustling with the energy of those who call these lands their home. There are rumors that Erova might sit upon the area with unusual magical energies, leading to the belief that many creatures are naturally attracted to it, such as werewolves and fairies. Interesting. Last but not least, the Northern Republic. Ashen Grove. The Ashen Grove is the largest forest on the entire continent. It's a magical forest with a mysterious fog that shrouds the wood as soon as the sun vanishes from the horizon. No one really knows why said fog calls the Ashen Grove home. Many attribute it to sylvan spirits, and the veil to the spirit realm, especially being thin at night. A clan of elves watches over the Ashen Grove, each of them guarding certain parts of the forest. Since they know the forest intimately, they also ensure that no one has to walk through it alone. The shore on the west of the forest is called the Kang Mangrove, a dangerous place even for the most of the elves avoid. Rumor has it that some gruesome, brutal beasts live there. Tregorin. Tregorin has a very unique charm to it, with expansive fields of wheat that sway in the gentle breeze all around the town. The fields yield so much harvest that some of it is exported to cities beyond, even up to the capital. Its pumpkins are quite popular too. In addition to various plants, there is also an abundance of farm animals around, like sheep, cows, and chickens. Amidst the idyllic serenity, the entire town looks optimistically to the future, knowing together they can overcome any and all problems that might head their way. Zenith. The town this tavern belongs to is Zenith, although technically it's on the crossroad hill right beside it. Zenith itself is small but warm and welcoming town. It has a quaint marketplace, small guild houses, and a beautiful Gaia temple. Close by is the Crystal Lake, which delivers high-quality drinking water from the mountains. A lot of people pass through here on their quest for adventure, trade, or purpose. The Zenith friendships are forged, alliances sealed, and destinies begun. It's the perfect place for a friendly little tavern. Speaking of the tavern, Wayfarer's Inn. The Wayfarer's Inn stands atop a hill overlooking the bustling town of Zenith. Because of the vantage point, you can even see the capital Themis in the distance when you look out the tavern's main window. The cozy tavern welcomes travelers and locals alike and offers some well-deserved rest from the hectic life of adventuring. Along with said rests come magical drinks, which can enhance the abilities of young and old heroes alike, allowing them to master any quest with ease. Despite its great reputation, the tavern has remained a small affair, making it a comfortable spot to ruminate your worries. I also heard the innkeeper's a cutie, which is a big plus. Did I write this? It's still true. Sorry about that, I love lore, I had to read all of it. We'll get to it eventually. Also, we have no quests here, but there is a wanted poster up there, and a little ducky. I wonder what that's gonna be all about. Oh, there's a little dragon, too. Alright, back to Fable. How you doing? Sorry, I was reading for like 20 minutes.
Not a lot of songs you can write about that.
I wouldn't mind a jingle.
I'll think of one. Can I mention nymphs?
I'd prefer if you didn't.
Okay, maybe one day I'll get to offer them their own jingle.
In the meantime, can I offer you a drink?
Yes, I'd love a drink.
The usual?
Yes, please. That means a swift strike, in case you forgot.
I did not forget. Thank you for the reminder, Fable.
It's my favorite. It always makes me feel like a feather-light nymph floating on the waves of a sunny lake.
I forgot how much you like nymphs. Do you want to be with a nymph or be the nymph?
Both? But mostly I want a swift strike.
Message received.
Although... I was wondering... I've been coming to your tavern for so long and I still don't know anything about how you make your drinks. Could you show me?
You know what? I want to say no because I already know how to do it, but I'll say yes because I don't want to be mean to Fable.
Really?
Yes.
What should I do? Do I need to put on an apron or summon a familiar? How do I summon a familiar?
Just follow me. I have a familiar. Welcome to my drink mixing nook.
So this is what it looks like back here. Hello, Andu.
Careful, I haven't fed him yet.
Where do we start?
Well, usually I start by figuring out what my patrons want. To make sure I don't forget what they ordered, I take notes in my journal. Let's have a look.
Oh, you pinned my order.
I did. If I want to look for specifics, I'll check my detailed notes. I do keep a log, just in case. When I'm sure I know what's asked of me, I browse my recipes.
Can't you just freehand mix something to see what sticks?
No, I like to mix and match for a more varied result, but the right balance is crucial, so I stick to my recipes. When I've settled on one, I can use the chalk to draw it on the board.
What if you pick the wrong one?
I can either erase it with a sponge or just pick a different recipe. My ingredients are stored in the 5 bottles on the right. There's dexterity, intelligence, defense, strength, and charisma.
I think dexterity sounds the tastiest.
I had a feeling you might say that. If I mess up or want to redo my drink for any other reason, I simply feed my mistakes to Andu. Once I'm done, I ring the bell to activate the primordial vortex. Actually, I don't need to bore you with the magical details. Just try making a drink. You've got this. Alright, but first we gotta feed Andu, obviously. So I'm just going to... Here you go, buddy, it's all for you. I'll use Andu for the first time, eating mistakes away. That wasn't a mistake, that was a treat for a good boy. Alright, but we know what they want. They want a swift strike. So that's going to be dexterity and some defense. I believe this is dexterity. Oh, yeah, it still says it. I forget. 1, 2. Stop! Put it back. And then it's only 1 for defense. 1. This is not the right drink. It has to be a recipe that fits. Oh no, did I screw up? Oh, right. It needs the intelligence, too. My bad. Boop. Now it's done. Thank you, Andu. Ding ding. Woohoo! Make your first drink. Oh, it's so cool. Look at it. It's got spinny things.
Wow, it actually does teleport.
Of course it does. What did you think was happening?
I thought you were just very good at sleight of hand.
Roll. Roll a d20. I see. Well, give your creation a taste.
That's delicious. I made that.
You made that.
Thank you for showing me the ropes.
Thank you for your enthusiasm. These adventures you dream of, aren't you scared they'd be the end of you? Well, that's a sudden shift in tone, isn't it? It's like, yeah, you made a really cool drink. Anyway, have you ever thought about death?
Maybe. But how would I know if I never try?
Do you actually want to try?
Well, yes, I want to tell great stories, but...
But what?
Never mind.
Oh! Hello again. We met in a past life. It's a universe called Demo. How can I help you? A drink. For you? Right. What kind? Drinkable. Very specific, thank you. How about a spoken heart? Some charisma wouldn't hurt. Sure, whatever. Alright, a spoken heart it is. I'm not gonna argue. Okay, yeah, lots of charisma, so let's see. I think spoken heart is the only one with a lot of charisma. There is this one, but it's not as much, so let's get that. Spoken heart. Bada bing, bada boom. 1. Stop! We need a little bit of attack. Yeah. And a little bit of defense. There we go. Boop, boop. There we go. The vibes do not match. This should be digestible, maybe even tasty. Thanks. Almost washes away the memories of that banshee haunting the lonesome lagoon at night. And her bone-shattering song of sorrow. Almost. Bye! Alright, and we've got a rumor unlocked. A banshee is haunting the lonesome lagoon, wailing a song that will shatter your bones. Hopefully hyperbole. The brooding type, I see. You okay, Fable? What are you thinking about, Fable?
Just dreams.
Yours or someone else's?
Mine. Other people seem to have the courage to follow theirs. Why can't I be like that?
Isn't that up to you?
I wish it was. My brother says my dreams are a fool's errand, that I'm running away from where I belong.
How about I kick your brother's ass?
We're rangers, Fable. We belong to the woods, like the stream that ripples down the mountain. Or the birds in the trees. We keep the balance. It's what we're meant to do.
And is that what you want to do?
Yes. No? Not really. I want to experience things outside the safe borders of the forest. I want to live a life so full of adventure, boredom will feel like bliss. I want to be brave and strong. And I want to sing songs about my adventures that make other people yearn for the same freedom.
Sounds like you want a multi-class.
Of course, I would never leave the Ashen Grove behind forever. It's my home. But there's nothing wrong with going away from time to time, right? I mean, my brother looks after the grove as well as my sisters. I think it'd be fine without me.
Then you should do what your heart desires.
Will it stop aching then?
I think so, yes.
What if It's wrong to leave, though. What if destiny never meant for me to leave? Like I said in the demo, you'll never know unless you try. What if it did? That would be a dream come true. Be your own genie, Fable. Your adventures start with you. Thank you, Innkeeper. You really are the most exciting part of my day. Bye. Time to clean up. Oh no, it's nighttime. I was incorrect. Hello. Good to see you again. Greetings, traveler. How may I help you? You own this establishment, Innkeep? Last time I checked. With whom do I have the pleasure? The name's Carolyn. You can call me Care or Lynn. I couldn't care less. Nice to meet you, Carolyn. What can I do for you? Perhaps something to drink? You do the thing with the quests, right? So they say. Do you want one? You can have a look at my notice board. Ugh, no. No quest for me. But I have one for you. Or your notice board. Tell me more. Heard of a werewolf making trouble up in Tregorin. Terrorizing farmers, tearing sheep apart, the whole program. Let me look in my map. Where was that again? That was Southern Republic, right? Or am I thinking of somewhere else? I think I'm thinking of somewhere else. Wasn't it? Was it around here? Oh yeah, okay, so it's like across the lake from us. Sorry, I just had to double check. A werewolf? That's news to me. Listen, me too. Didn't see one in almost a decade, and that was far south of Ereva. Been wondering if it's the same one, just moving up, like a nomad. I thought the werewolf hype died along with that one romance novel. Ugh, you mean the one with the vampires? Think so. Nah, that just split society into two camps, Team Werewolf or Team Vampire. I wonder what they're talking about. Which one are you, Innkeep? Team Werewolf or Team Vampire? Truthfully, myself, I actually never read the books or watched the movies. I just know that I probably wouldn't even today, unless it was, like, ironically. I also know the creepy stuff about the werewolf, but in terms of my own opinions on things, I think werewolves are just cooler. I love werewolves, because wolves are one of my favorite animals, as cliche as that probably is to say. So I'm gonna say werewolf. Is it the fur or the pecs? Neither. Questionable experiences with the other camp more so. I'm itching to ask for details. Don't. How about you? Wouldn't you like to know? Yes, that's why I asked. Keep guessing. Has anyone ever told you that you could pass as a werewolf? Yes, all the time, at least twice a day. Only downside of looking like a wolf is getting mistaken for one. I see. Is that why you don't want to take care of the werewolf yourself? Yes. No. I'm just afraid he might look too much like my Uncle Dragon. Would be a feel bad slaying that fella. You know, hunched back, hairy, crooked teeth. Is that a werewolf or just Uncle Dragon? You can't tell. Same fate befell Aunt Olga. I'm sorry to hear that. Now that hag had it coming. Never fall behind your grooming schedule, or before you know it, the next wannabe Van Helsing will strike you down with a silver arrow. The Van Helsing's also on werewolves? Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Don't know. Don't care enough to check. Either way, that's Southern Werewolf, yeah? Right. Anything else that might help others get done with it rather swiftly? Fetch. Pardon me? Should they get into a dangerous situation, they'll just have to start playing fetch. That works? On any dog. Trust me. Good to know. Thanks, Carolyn. It's not that hard, either Carolyn, Care, or Lynn. Gotcha, Lynn. Gotcha, Carolyn. Gotcha, Care. Let's go with Lynn. Alright, Chief. You got a name, or is it just Innkeep? Just Innkeep for now. Playing hard to get, I see, says the person who's doing the exact same thing. We're two brick walls talking to each other.
Well, innkeep, then before I venture on, you got a drink for me? Of course. What would you like? I'll take something powerful. Something with a whole lot of strength. And don't you dare give me any of that watered-down muck instead. Gotcha, partner! Alright, so a drink with a lot of strength. 3 strength, so probably just going for Southern Brawler. I'll just write that one down. Let's see. A lot of strength. 1, 2, 3. And then it was, we need a little bit of charisma. Because, you know, when you punch someone in the face, they're like, you might have a good point there. There we go, Southern Brawler. Boop. There we are. Oh, look, it looks like there's a fight going on in the trophy. A drink with 0 water, as requested. Not bad. Just what I was craving, thanks. Where will you head from here? Perhaps back west, through the Ashen Grove. Got some business to take care of. What kind of business? Personal business. Care to elaborate? I'm guessing the answer's no, yep. But you won't stop asking till I do, will ya? No. I can be stubborn too. My cousin claims her crops are being stolen by undead snails. Obviously, I'm pretty sure she's hallucinating. But I did hear some folks complaining about an undead uptick in the west, so might as well humor her. And make sure she hasn't turned into an undead snail herself. And make sure she hasn't turned into an undead snail herself. It's hard to get out of the accent once you start it. Something like that, yeah. It's odd, ain't it? Resurrecting the dead. It's certainly unconventional. That's one way to put it. I think there's not much use digging up... I think there's not much use digging up the past. It's just going to open wounds you stapled shut. Or eat your face. The past haunts everyone willing to listen. Would you mind talking like a normal person? I ain't exactly up for philosophizing. You started this conversation, and I'm ending it. Alright, well then. If you find any more rumors for me or need aid, don't shy away from coming back. I'm more of a lone wolf, don't do groups, but sure, I'll be back for more work. I'll be waiting. We got your character information for Lynn. What do we got for... Look at that sketch. Oh, we're drawing these. That's cool. How do we get this picture? Okay, Vukakin, age 36, she, her, Beast Slayer, Ereva, Chaotic Good, the Chariot. Lynn is strong and fearless Beast Slayer with a taste for strong drinks, big swords, and even bigger muscles. She despises small talk in any way and form, and understandably for her, keeps her distance from werewolves. Wouldn't like being mistaken for one either. And we've got a lot of rumors that I think we're about to learn how to take care of. Yep, speaking of rumors, you know how to turn them into proper quests, right? Don't want them to go to waste. I've got it, I remember. No, you know what, we'll do the tutorial. This is the first episode after all. Fine, guess I got a few minutes. Let me see your setup. This is where I sort all the rumors I've collected. I also keep them written down in my journal so I don't forget. Smart. Think the next best step would be sorting the matching snippets on your quest page. Just drag them over and make sure they're all for the same quest. Otherwise, you'll end up confusing adventurers. Once you're done, select that quill of yours and it'll be written up. Got it? Got it. Thank you for your help, Lynn. Put it on my tab. That's not how that... She's gone. It works. Good night to you, too. Alright then, let's assemble this quest. I think I know what one it is. A werewolf's secret weakness is playing fetch. Apparently no dog can resist the urge to run after a stick. The werewolf previously has been seen in Ereva, a southern town, a nomad, or do they have a goal in mind? The Vukovan Carolyn told me about a werewolf who is roaming around Tregorin, a potential threat to villagers. Write that quest. Combine rumors to create your first quest. Look at that beautiful artwork. A reticent Vukavin passed by the Wayfarers Inn reporting a werewolf making their way up Tregorin from Erever. They pose a potential threat to both helpless sheep and the villagers. Apparently werewolves love playing fetch. Are you brave enough to take on this quest and save Tregorin from this werewolf mayhem? Only one way to find out. Go to bed.
Yum, 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 yum.
So cute. Ah, yeah. Act 1, The Wayfarers Inn. 2, Prelude to Bravery. And you know what? I think we'll keep going a little bit longer because I do want to get as far as we did in the demo. I know I spent a lot of time talking, but I think we'll keep going, at least until we get to the end of this quest, which was in the demo. So we're all caught up with the demo and we can start on the next stuff. So let's start the day. Rooster! Fable! Quest taken. What do you have there, Fable? I bet the innkeeper just sounds so smug right now, and I'm the innkeeper, so I am.
I found this on your notice board. It says a werewolf is terrorizing Tregorin. Is that true?
It is indeed.
Have you sent anyone after it yet?
Maybe that hooded guy from yesterday? Oh, wrong voice. Not yet.
What kind of hero are you, looking for?
Oh, a different wanted poster. It's different every time. I wonder if that's like Kickstarter backers or something. That would be cool. One who knows their way around difficult terrain. Woods even. Preferably one good with a bow. One who tells me they want the quest.
I'm good with the bow.
Yes, Fable.
And I know my way around any woods.
I know, Fable. Thinking hard. Waiting patiently. And?
Maybe I want the quest.
Just maybe?
No, not just maybe. Since yesterday, all I've been able to think about is you telling me to follow my heart. And then I step into your tavern and the quest practically jumps out at me and I think, hey, there's a start for an adventure. It's near a forest. You know forests. You live in a forest. And werewolves are basically just normal wolves but slightly scarier because they're also human, but you've talked to humans before. And you got silver arrows for your birthday last year and they're just collecting dust in your room. And I thought I could ask you if anyone had taken it yet.
And then?
I didn't think that far ahead.
I see.
Or rather, I did, but then I thought, what if I take the quest? Then I have to go on the quest.
Also, I want to touch the jackdaw.
And I have to fight the werewolf, or talk to the werewolf, which is worse. Because what if the werewolf doesn't like me? And what if then I try to shoot it with my silver arrow? I miss and shoot a tree instead, and then the tree would be mad at me. But it wouldn't really matter because I'd be dead because of the werewolf.
That took a quick turn. We have very morbid conversations, don't we, Fable?
Maybe I should put the quest back.
Fable?
Yes?
Do you want me to tell you to take the quest?
Maybe.
I can't make this decision for you.
Neither can I. Whenever I have to make a difficult decision, it's like I freeze in place. And suddenly I'm unable to move until someone makes the decision for me. Like a slime! A frozen slime that can't move!
I've met slimes less anxious than you.
You've met slimes?
My tavern is open to everyone.
Oh, right. What do slimes drink?
Water, more slime, bones.
You sell bones?
Only to slimes.
Maybe you'll be able to add my bones to your menu soon. You'll just have to pick them up from the forest floor.
I think I'd have a hard time convincing a werewolf to give up free bones. Sorry, that wasn't helping. Why are you so anxious, Fable? In general? I think answering that would take up more time than we have to spare. About taking the quest. It seems to me that you want to take it, but you're trying to talk yourself out of it instead.
Oh, well, I do want to go on that quest. Werewolves may not be the best muses, but it would make a good start for a song, right? The prelude of an epic. Fable, the protector of the woods, the world, the worms.
The worms?
They seem like they need protecting. But every time I think about embarking on a quest, and I start to think more deeply about what might happen, all my bones start to shake and I'll feel dizzy.
Is there something making you feel like you might fail?
Aside from the bloodthirsty werewolf?
We don't know what it's thirsty for. It might prefer orange juice.
It might. Well, heroes have history, right? Great feats they can look back on to prove their bravery. Inspirational adventures that remind them of the light in the dark. I have the opposite of that. Great mistakes and epic regrets. Like the Mary Morgan incident.
The Mary Morgan.
Or my first encounter with the Amaranthan Hydra. Or the reason why nobody wants to spend time with me.
Oh, goodness. Hang on, I know I did one of these in the demo. I think it was the Mary Morgan incident, so if I would like to do a different one, if that's the case. Just to learn more about it. Okay, so in the demo, the Mary Morgan incident and why does no one want to spend time with you were in the demo, but I don't think the first encounter with the Hydra was. And by I don't think, I mean I know, because I just looked at my own videos, so let's go with this one.
Well, just the day after it arrived to guard the portal to the Dream Plane Avalon, I wanted to be polite and neighborly, so I brought it some homemade biscuits. I burned them a little in the oven, but I thought since it had fire breath, it wouldn't mind. So I approached the Amaranthan Hydra, and I have this whole speech prepared about how I'm looking forward to having it around, and how its green scales match my hat. But it was so tall and intimidating, I forgot what I wanted to say. So I just set down the biscuits and smiled awkwardly. It looked at my biscuits and then at me, and it said, "By the rivers of the stars stands a man who reads the firmament's past. Some things are as sturdy as the gilded ice. Some things are as changing as Leviathan's sea. All chimras hate mice, all hydras love tea." I thought to myself, wow, the Amaranthan Hydra has given me a riddle. A quest! Maybe this shall be my first adventure. But I couldn't figure out the answer, so I left, and I tried to solve the riddle for 3 days.
I think the Hydra wanted tea.
I was too ashamed to step foot in front of it again, lest I know I was not worthy of its wisdom. But then I couldn't take it anymore, and I ran back, apologized, and begged it for the answer. Turns out that's just how it speaks. It wanted tea. I knew it!
Did you get it some?
Yes.
Then you completed its quest.
3 days late? If it had needed an antidote, it would have died.
Would-haves are about as useful as an antidote when you haven't been poisoned. They change nothing.
I suppose you have a point.
And also, I'm sure the Hydra wasn't crazy insulted. I mean, it probably was a little annoying, but I mean in that way of like, have you ever worked at like, if you've worked retail, you know how like, if you scan something and it doesn't go through, the customer will be like, oh, it must be free then, right? That's probably how the Hydra feels about like, oh, yep, I hear this all the time, because I'm sure a lot of people have misunderstood the way they speak too. So I'm just saying, I feel like Fable is kind of making a mountain out of a molehill, but anxiety does that to you, and I genuinely understand that to a painful degree. Oh, we can, oh, more. Why don't we do the Mary Morgan incident again, then?
Yes, the Mary Morgan incident. Didn't you hear about that? Oh, thank Gaia, word didn't get around. It was my very first adventure, the chance to finally escape from the daily grind.
What happened?
An adventuring party was on their way, passing through the Ashen Grove. Due to the Sylvan spirits, it gets fairly foggy at night, and the fog bears great danger to anyone who isn't acquainted with the spirits who call it home. So they wanted guidance from a local ranger, a merchant up in Trigger in Mention B. I agreed to help, of course. My first adventure, yay! And no riddles to get confused about either. I was so excited, but also very, very nervous, so of course it had to go wrong. I think it was the nerves.
Why were you so nervous?
New people! Seasoned adventurers, one stronger than the next, all in shining armor and armed to the teeth. I wanted to leave a good impression, but my bad luck got in the way.
How did it go wrong?
I felt their condescending glares on my back as I walked them through the woods. Of course, I don't know whether they actually glared, but my fear got a hold of me and I led them astray. I must have blacked out. I've never got lost in the woods before. But this time I did. I couldn't see well. There was blood rushing in my ears and I felt dizzy. So for some stupid reason, I led them along a path no one should ever take. Past the riverbanks of the Shivermere, home to the Mary Morgan. You know of the Mary Morgan, yes? The wrathful spirit that's known to drown men? Not sure she really differentiates between genders, though. For some stupid reason, I led them right into her arms. I got scared, and in the end, they had to save me. They fought the creature, and we finally found a way out when dawn broke. And the fog ebbed away. I couldn't look at them for the rest of the journey. And I silently bid my farewells, and then we reached the other side of Ashen Grove. I was too embarrassed to speak. I'm sure I'm still a laughingstock at every one of their gatherings. How am I ever supposed to set foot in the adventuring world again? To be fair, it could have been worse.
How so?
I could have led them right into the arms of the wyvern Chimera that resides in Quag Mangrove.
Okay, that would be worse. I will agree with you there.
They say it has a taste for adventurers.
But you didn't.
But I didn't.
Why does no one want to spend time with you? I think this is the saddest one, honestly. I want to spend time with you, Fable. Let's hang out and write some songs.
Because I'm unlucky. I'm unlucky, and whenever good things are supposed to happen, I ruin them. No matter how easy things might be, nothing seems easy enough for me. Imagine there's one nail sticking out in the whole kingdom. Everyone would pass by it except for me. I'd get caught on it and rip my coat.
Did that happen once?
Once? I wish it had been just once. It seems like my life only follows the path that's the most embarrassing. Or dangerous. Or dangerously embarrassing.
Or embarrassingly dangerous.
The curse of ill luck follows me wherever I go, like an adventuring companion who secretly wants to kill you. No one wants to hang out with someone who naturally attracts bad things.
You're too harsh on yourself, Fable.
Am I? See, just last week I wanted to gather fresh flowers. The daffodils are blooming and they make for a nice bouquet, you know? Or hair accessories. They always calm my anxiety when I have them around. But me being me, I confuse them with their evil twin, the weeping amaryllis. Now guess what I spent the whole day afterwards doing?
Weeping?
Like a baby, all day long. When I plucked them, they released their spores and I started crying. I suddenly felt all the sadness of the world rush over me. I've never been so heartbroken.
I'm sorry. That sounds horrible, Fable.
It was! Between the tears and the sobs, I managed to make a tincture out of hogweed. It eased the pain, but the tears wouldn't stop until dawn. I'm so silly sometimes.
There's nothing wrong with picking flowers.
There is if they're the wrong flowers. Imagine if I'd offered them to adventurers, or even worse, the Hydra. That would have been so embarrassing.
I don't think gifting others flowers to make them a little happier is embarrassing. And it would have made for a good story to laugh about together.
I don't think they would have laughed about it with me, more at me.
Maybe they would laugh with you if you chose not to run away. You seem to assign a cruel sense of humor to people that haven't actually shown you such a thing yet. Not everyone thinks about you the way you think about yourself. Sometimes we're our own worst enemy.
That would be nice. Innkeeper?
Yes?
Do you like spending time with me?
Yes! Who says no? That's so mean. I love you, Fable.
Really?
Of course! Seeing your face in my tavern brightens even the cloudiest of days. Please never stop coming around.
I won't. You make me feel a lot less alone. Thank you.
That's because you're not alone. Not as long as my tavern and I are here.
You better not go anywhere.
Not planning on it. Anyhow, you seem to be very insecure. I think that's the biggest problem here. That's just like a punch in the gut. We had this cute moment and I'm like, yeah, you're insecure. Don't know what for. You're turning heads when you walk through the door.
But how can I not be when everything I touch falls apart?
You know that isn't true.
You're right. I'm a great gardener. Everything grows around me, but I just seem to get smaller. Except zucchinis. I can't figure out how to grow those.
Zucchinis are evil. I said it.
So in a way, I'm like a zucchini.
Never mind, zucchinis are not evil.
I'm insecure because I don't know what I'm capable of.
You'll have to find that out then.
Like, on a quest?
For example.
Don't you think I'm a little underleveled?
Do you think that will change by sitting around?
I guess not. Someone has to help those people, right? What if I don't and then no one else comes around? What if I'm the only chance they got? But what if I'm not? What if there's someone better?
The best thing you can do is try to help them. So what if another adventurer swings by and they're able to make the situation better? Isn't that a good thing? 4 hands are better than 2, and who knows, you might even end up forming a party.
Oh!
And besides, it's a perfect hero. If a perfect hero is what they want, they'll be waiting forever.
I didn't think about it like that. Maybe I shouldn't decide to give up before I even try. After all, I'm a very fast runner, so if I screw up, I could just run away really quick.
That's the spirit.
Okay, I, Fable, great gardener and, future hero. Charmer of nymphs, am going to embark on this quest and save the villagers.
If Fable doesn't get a nymph partner by the end of this game, I'm rioting.
And I shall return victorious. Did I do it right?
Yes, good job. I'll leave the quest in your capable hands, brave adventurer. Would you like a drink to aid you on your journey?
Yes! Do you have something that can make me more nimble and quiet so that the werewolf won't see me coming? Something with a lot of dexterity. If I want to fight it, I'm going to need that surprise round advantage. Or maybe something that can help me with diplomacy.
We're going diplomacy, I remember the demo.
Perhaps it's just a hungry lost lichen after all, and it only needs a pep talk and a hug. Maybe we can even be friends. But I would need something with a lot of charisma for that. I will leave the choice up to you. Just make sure you don't pick a random recipe. Please keep it to one of the abilities I asked for. Remember, your choice can influence my fate. It could change the outcome of this entire quest. But of course I'm sure you're already aware of that. Sorry for backseat mixing.
So we are going with diplomacy because I remember the demo. But this is the only drink I believe we had a choice for, or at least the only one that had an impact that we saw. So I'm excited to see what will occur because of it. So let's see, we want the spoken heart. That's a lot of charisma, baby. This is also a good one. But it's for like ideas and stories. So I think we're gonna go with spoken heart. So let's draw that recipe. Lots of charisma. Charisma. First, a little drinky drink for the baby. You already have so much charisma. You don't even need this potion. And a little bit of attack. No! You get more. Oh, I guess I didn't have to do all of it. There we go. Okay, and then it's just 1 for this. Ah! Ah! Nope. And then defense. Nice. Whew. Spoken heart. There we go. This should do it.
Thank you. I feel much better. Braver. But barming. No, wait, that sounds like I'm tending to a farm.
There are a lot of farmers in Tregorin.
And I'm going to protect them all. Or talk to them until they feel better. I'm sure they could use that too. I just hope I don't have to fight anyone. No, I'll be okay. Because of your help, I'll be able to talk myself out of any situation. Thank you again. I think this drink gave me the courage I need to get started.
You got this, Fable.
I'll try.
Have some faith in yourself.
Okay, I got this.
Much better.
Oh, I almost forgot. I was thinking about how much your words helped me yesterday. And how I'd have to thank you properly if I ever did end up taking a quest, so...
So?
I brought you some phoenix chilies from my garden. They seemed like something you might enjoy. They possess natural magical properties. If you plant them in the right soil, they can grow to be fire resistant.
Ooh, maybe this is one of our infusions. And consumption can pass on to mortals like us?
Exactly! I thought they might go well with your drinks.
They will. Thank you, Fable. That's very thoughtful gift. Since I'm waiting for another shipment of infusions in a few days, I'll take a look at them all together later.
Oh, of course! I'm glad you like them. Maybe I'll order a drink with some next time. But first I have to complete my quest. I'll see you post-victory.
Yes, see you soon! I hope Fable will be alright. Fingers crossed. Also, I want to take a peek at our rumors. Oh, look, we have things! Oh, a werewolf on detours. So it shows us where the quests are at, too. I like that. Okay, and we have these two, which look like they go together. These two, which go together. And this one all on its own. Wyvern Chimera. So these are all for, like, the same area. I wonder what path their fate took. Maybe a zesty one. I hope I was able to help. Hello again. What can I get for you? You again? Why does that sound so mean? Me again. And who are you? You gonna tell me? Someone who wants a drink. What kind? Drinkable? Yes, I get it. Could you try to be more specific? That Spoken Heart one tasted fine. Thank you. So they want Spoken Heart again? Oh yeah, okay. Well, I just made one. Might as well make another one. Spoken Heart. 1. There we go. Oh, did that... There we go. No! Andu, take some. There we go. Hungry baby. Hungry baby. You get some more. Yeah! All for Andu. Can I feed you just like every potion just for fun? I don't even know if there's an achievement for this, but Andu deserves it. Okay? You deserve all of it. You're a good familiar. Good familiar. All for you. There's some wild potion in his belly right now. There we go. A Spoken Heart just for you. Maybe it will help you find more words. I like how this innkeeper is so sassy sometimes. Good attempt. Perfectly drinkable. Might make me come back for more. Might not. Thank you. Enjoy. Charming. Then we end after that. Oh no, it's nighttime. Oh, hello! You guys! What's up? You're covered in slime. Careful, you'll step on my cape. Oh, shush. Greetings, travelers. How may I help you? Not another one of those empty blabblers. I can confidently say I'm all but empty, or would you prefer a different line? Let's be sassy again. Let's see. Hail and well met, adventurers. Would you like to try me drinks? No, that feels wrong somehow. Could try the one where you just serve drinks quietly. I'm fresh out of that one, sorry. Thought so. You planning to try and peer into my backstory? Probably. Ugh, I'm warning you, I'm very good at ignoring non-essential NPCs. You shouldn't think of other people as NPCs. Why are you ignoring me? Not ye, the innkeep. The innkeep is ignoring me? Not in the slightest. Don't you worry too much about him. He's a tad quirky. I see. That thing on your shoulder, is it quirky too? What thing? Oh, my cape. Your cape? That's not his cape. That green fella on his shoulder is an ooze, or what's left of it. And the rest of it is on you? Aye, pretty tough to clean off. May I ask how that happened? You just did. Maybe I can offer you two a drink in exchange for the stories and your names? Yes, I love stories. Well then, may I have your name? No, but I shall tell it to you. Good, very, very fey instincts. I am Sir Alphonse Louis Frederick Duquette de Sang. It's long for Kyle. Kyle? Kyle. Well, Kyle, what kind of drink can I offer you? Blood! Or if you're out, I would also settle for something that tastes like blood. Or looks like it. Red is my favorite color. I'll look for something with red in it. What red drink do we have? Okay, so probably not Frosted Lagoon, Sparkling Nebula, Spoken Heart. Southern Brawler does have red in it, so let's go for Southern Brawler. 1, 2, 3, and a little bit of charisma, and a little bit of defense. There we go, boop! Some almost blood for you, sir. Oh, thank you very kindly. This looks delicious. It also tastes delicious, very alive. Maybe as a chaser you could let me have a bite. No. Okay. You give up quickly. And to whom may I offer the second drink? Rhea Frostgrip. Nice to meet. Yeah. Skip. Just serve me something strong, something that feels durable, tough like the mountains or caves of Ur. One of those frosted lagoons look close enough. Coming right up? I don't like being called an NPC. Undo spit in this one. We'll do the frosted lagoon. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Some attack. And a little bit of charisma. A lot of these drinks have charisma. Frosted Lagoon. I think this is the first time making this one. How's the look? Ooh, how pretty. A taste of Ur, just for you, valued customer number 2. Oh, are you hitting the placeholder text? Let me try. I see you are many things, but not a liar. Tastes like a pile of rocks, just how I like it. So, Rhea, Kyle, what about that ooze-filled story? Fine, I guess you've earned it. Alright, picture me deep in the mountains of Dolvimer with my trusty axe and good drink by me side. There I was, minding me own business, digging for the good stuff, you know. Hit a gold vein earlier and deemed myself the luckiest dwarf of all time. Had a real big old pile of gold. Then suddenly this big ooze comes along and slurp, gone it was. Kyle? This is a very boring story. Perhaps we could go looking for my cape now. It's nearly sunrise. And? The sun kills you? Oh, right. Did the ooze also eat the cape? Rumor unlocked, lost and found. Ooh. The quirky vampire's looking for his cape. He seems a bit confused, wanted to go for a stroll in the sun. Yes. No. Oh, are you okay, Kyle? Oh no, Kyle's crying. Anyways, I wouldn't call myself the best warrior, but when that ooze slurped me gold, I had to do something. So I took me shovel, your shovel, and dug and hit, until there was nothing left of the ooze anymore. Well, almost nothing. So did you dig out your gold? Silly food, she dug out me! And guess what he was clinging on to? The gold? Oh yes, a big gold nugget should be enough to get me to Barovia. And perhaps it can get me a dandy new cape, or are you like Strahd's cousin or something? I don't think so, Sunshine. We had a deal. Ah, we did? Please allow me to ask a question. What was that deal again? Oh my god, Rhea's gonna murder you. I get you to Barovia so you can participate in your fancy vampire banquet, and in return I get the gold. But what about my cape? Where did you last see your cape? Don't even bother, it's a lost cause. We looked everywhere on our way here. Fought cursed chests, many-eyed monstrosities, undead goons. And I started to wonder, where in his life did this man put his cape? Where everyone puts their cape. Do you know where I'd put me capes? Where? In a wardrobe! Oh! Kyle's crying again. So you could wear it inside the wardrobe land? Yes, Narnia. What? No! Kyle, maybe we could find someone to retrieve your cape for you? We could? Phenomenal! Oh, so we get to make a quest for Kyle. I don't think this was in the demo. I'm excited. I could put up a quest for you, but for that we'd need a little more information. Good luck with that. First, I need to know where you last saw your cape. I don't know if we'll get that much information. I was getting ready to go to the annual vampire banquet hosted by Lord Strut in Barovia. I swear that has to be a reference to, Strahd. While getting dressed, I realized I couldn't find my cape. My first thought, of course I cannot find it. The cape of invisibility is playing tricks on me. It's quite moody sometimes, so it's an invisible cape. Are you wearing it? Which is truly unfortunate when you want to wear it for an important event. We all know how important a fancy cape is for flaunting your vampire status. Of course. Then what was the last vampire event you wore the cape to? My wedding. Your wedding? When I married my sweet Evelyn, I simply had to wear my most treasured cape. To show how important she was to me. Evelyn, the vampiric Countess Evelyn residing in Morrow Castle? That would be her! Congratulations! Are you still married? Oh no, that says bad blood, so... Oh, of course not! I hate her, every inch of her body. Turns out she just wanted... Wanted what? Spit it out, leech. Oh! What? My cape! Ah, rats, here we go again. My sweet Evelyn stole my cape! What now? That little, mean, vicious, beautiful beast her! That thief of thieves robbed me of my most precious possession! Wouldn't that be your heart? No! I had taken it out centuries ago, but my cape, I could never live without that! Oh, sweet, sweet Evelyn, how could you do this to me? I trusted her with all I had. That's rough, buddy. Okay, Zuko. By the way, let me look at the profiles we have now, because I've got new profiles. Okay. Dwarf, 175, she, her, blacksmith, lawful neutral, arcana, the world. Rhea is a hot-headed dwarf and pretty rough around the edges. She's not a fan of meaningless copy-paste NPC talk, whatever that means, and seems to have caught herself a lost vampire while digging for gold. Unfortunately, or so she claims, she's now stuck with him. And Kyle, question mark? Arcana, the fool. Perhaps, innkeeper, that's your name, right? No. Oh, my deepest apologies. What is it then? I don't think it's time for that yet. Names are valuable currency, after all. For some types, indeed. Is the innkeeper Fae? Names are powerful for Fae. But you mustn't be so mysterious to a new friend. All my friends call me innkeeper. Ah, in that case, I shall not disrespect your wishes. Well then, innkeeper, do you think there's a courageous adventurer out there brave enough to retrieve my precious cape for me? I'm afraid that my sweetest Evelyn will kill me on sight if I ever set foot on her villa again. Yes, I think we can find such an adventurer. We're setting up that search right now. So where could a brave adventurer find Morrow Castle? Deep past the abyss of dread, at the foot of a mountain range that looks like a witch's bosom, towers the mansion of my dear Evelyn. Queen of darkness, temptress of men, flamenco champion of 1467. The right hero should be able to outsmart her and escape with their life. But be wary, she bites. And she may be invisible now, maybe she's here right now. Alright, I think I've got everything I need. I'll write up a quest for you. I'm sure you'll have your cape back in no time. I hope so. That reminds me. Not another cursed monologue. Innkeep, quickly! Another drink! I don't think I can make it through another tale of woe without some artificial stamina. I need another lagoon. I'll see what I can do. Another lagoon! All the defense needed to listen to Kyle. There we go. A little bit of attack in case Kyle keeps talking and she wants to punch him in the face. Oh! God damn it. Take some Ondu. There we go. And a little bit of the charisma. Frosted Lagoon. Some liquid stamina for a valued guest. Let me try. You got it right again. Might even last till dayfall with this. Kyle, would you like another drink as well? No, I cannot drink now that I am consumed with thoughts of my love's betrayal. Oh, it ails me so. Everything ails you. The whole way here you were complaining about having to walk. My bat form doesn't work like it used to. I'm out of practice and the slime weighs heavily on my shoulders. You could take the slime off? And my back is all itchy. By the dragons, could it be because you insisted on sunbathing? Oh, right, innkeeper! Do you have a drink to protect me from the sun? Perchance something that would also moisturize my delicate skin. I'm afraid not. Oh. That reminds me, my Aunt Matilda used to harness the power of a chimera's saliva for sun protection. A chimera? The thing a beast made out of several animals. Got 3 heads and all, made by the dragons to god Gaia, likes to eat people for breakfast. I'm aware, I just didn't know its saliva could be so useful. If only I hadn't eaten that delectable bear chimera in the Scarlet Caves, I could have asked for a sample of its saliva. I'm sure that would have gone over well. Actually, I might know where to find one. Really? Will you get it for me then? No. Oh! Kyle's crying again. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Miss Frostgrip, dearest Rhea, perhaps we can alter our deal. Oh nay, forget it, I ain't going. With nothing bond me but shovel and ooze goop, I'd be no match for such a beast. No problem, I can make it another quest for my trusted board. Kyle, stop crying. And when will it be done? Tell me, when can I walk among the mortals in the glistening sunlight once more? As soon as a fearless adventurer picks it up, and succeeds, especially that part. Speaking of, I think we got info on you, Kyle. Ah, he, him, still don't know your age, vampire. Eridu, where? Chaotic neutral, a peculiar visitor looking everywhere for his beloved cape. However, it seems he has definitely lost more than just that. Possibly also a few of his memories and his marbles. He was once married to Lady Evelyn, a vampire countess residing in Morrow Castle, and enjoys sunbathing. Maybe a tad bit too much. We have so many rumors. How do we form these up? Maybe we can only do that at, like, the end of the day. Oh, no, wait. Oh, okay. Splendid! Did you hear that? A quest just for me! Let's leave it at 2. Say, innkeep, while we're waiting for someone to do this work for him, do you perhaps have a room or two? Possibly a room without sunlight? Wouldn't want Snow White to go up in flames over here. Sure thing, I've got a couple of barred up rooms. You could stay there. How much? You can pay when you leave. Grand. Seems like they gave you more personality than usual. Keep it up. Maybe you'll become a real person one day. Rhea, I am a real person. Thank you. Enjoy your stay. Beep boop boop boop. You too, tasty creature. Fare thee well. I love Kyle. New quests. Let's see. First things first. Okay, vampire last saw his cape on his wedding day before he was wed to Countess Aelwyn. At the foot of Witch's Wrath resides Countess Evelyn, the vampire temptress of men. Be wary of invisible threats. They're drawing the S's on the thing. Quirky vampire is looking for his cape. He seems a bit confused, wanted to go for a stroll in the sun. Here we are. Hey there, Evelyn. On a mild summer morning, a senile vampire came to look for his cape of invisibility at the Wayfarer's Inn. After steady questioning, the innkeeper uncovered that he lost his cape at his wedding where his ex-wife, Countess Evelyn, stole it from him. She resides at the foot of the Witch's Wrath Peak. Venture to the peak and dare to retrieve the long-lost cape, but be aware, she might be invisible. That is an important bit. Make sure you have true sight ready. The one thing that stands a chance against the grueling curse of the sun is Chimera saliva, apparently. Source, Aunt Matilda, a vampire? According to the Amaranthine Hydra, a Chimera's hatred for mice is a universal truth, or maybe it just rhymed with ice, who can say? Oh, so that was helpful with the Hydra. A wyvern chimera resides in the Quag Mangrove. Adventurers beware, you might be on its menu. But if you get me its saliva, you get XP. I don't think I'm giving people gold for this. You just get XP, which I would argue is more valuable as someone who just went from a level 5 cleric to a level 7. Deep in the Quag Mangrove resides a wyvern chimera. Its scales and claws are valuable treasure to any alchemist, its saliva even more so. As it happens, a certain vampire may be able to use the rare saliva to produce a sunscreen so effective that he could walk in broad daylight. Is there any adventurer or mouse brave enough to confront the beast, the chimera, not the vampire, and bring back a bucket of saliva? Please? Just have him spit in a giant cup. And we have reached the end of the day. Ah, yeah. How exciting. I am in love with this game already. It is so much fun. New friends and former enemies. What's that all about? Alright, so I know I said we were going to go until, the end of Fable's quest, but we already saw new stuff with Kyle and Rhea, so I'm very excited to see more. And so I think we'll see the end of the next quest and see what else is going to happen next time. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm really excited. We're already getting new content. It's so cool, even with just the conversations, like with Fable, the new thing we got to learn about the Chimera and the Hydra. I'm so excited. I love this game already. It's everything I wanted. It's my D&D dream. Coffee talk and D&D. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I can't wait to play more. So until next time, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. Remember to take care of yourself, get a bucket of saliva for your drinks, and have a good day.